Okay, so we're going to make a staple accompaniment for a barbecue. Now this is a simple coleslaw or slaw, if if you're that way disposed. All we're going to do is take some shredded carrot, which I've done previously with a box grater, some white cabbage, red cabbage, onion, and then you've got a few bits and bobs that I'll go through as I add them. So I'm using what's called a mandolin to get a nice thin slice on these ingredients. Now you've got to be very careful, these things are deadly, so make sure whatever you do that you use the hand guard with this. So what this does is you slice it over the blade. You can see lots of very thin pieces of whatever you've just sliced, basically. Great for making crisps and things like that if you want to use potatoes. So I shredded about half an onion up there. I'm just going to tip this into a bowl. It's going to be large enough for all the ingredients. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the white cabbage. I'll just get it started without the guard, because it's not too bad as long as you've got a big enough piece. And then as soon as I'm getting anywhere near, I'm going to put my guard on. It's a bit more difficult to do with something that's shaped like that, but there we go. So get that shredded away. Some nice white cabbage in there. And then finally with the red cabbage. I'll switch to the guard now. That should be plenty. So I'll put all that into the bowl with the onion and the white cabbage. Get the carrot, put that in as well. Now we're going to try and give this a good stir around, mix it all together. Just get a fork, just try and stir it up. Probably could have used a bigger bowl, to be fair, make it easier for yourself rather than trying to work with a small bowl. Okay, so that is something like mixed up. Now the good thing about using a mandolin is you can adjust the thickness setting of whatever you're shredding. So I mean, I've gone for the smallest sort of thickness, the narrowest one here, setting number 1 on there, and it goes all the way up to sort of setting number 3, which is quite a bit thicker, really. A bit too thick for coleslaw, but great for things like a Duffin white potato, for example, where you want slices of potato. So this next bit is a little bit trial and error, to be fair. What we're going to do is we're going to take some ordinary mayonnaise, give it a go. It's always the end of the bottle, isn't it? I'm going to get as much of this out as I can, because I can feel the weight inside there still. There's loads of mayonnaise inside there. It's the one thing I don't like about the squeezy bottles. I think you seem to waste quite a bit. And I know there's loads left in there, so I'm going to reserve that. Leave it upside down, let it sink to the bottom. So get a fresh bottle. Good squirt of mayonnaise. It's probably best off not to start off with too much, because you don't want to over cream it. Now this is much better than your shop bought coleslaw, which is basically 90% mayonnaise and then a bit of veg. So we're going to put the minimum amount of mayonnaise in, really. I just want enough to coat it all thoroughly. You can always add more if you need more, but obviously you can't take it out. So I am going to put just a little bit more in there, to be fair. straight away that's looks a lot better. So what we're doing is mixing it all up. Give it a good stir. Now you don't need to taste it just yet because all you've done is added mayonnaise to it. Now what we need to do is add some sort of acidity into this. So I've got here some apple cider vinegar. Put a good splash of that in. Again, don't put too much in because you know you can always add more. You can never take it back out. Give that a bit of a stir. Now I like to put a bit of lemon juice in as well. It's not freshly squeezed or anything, it's out of a bottle. A splash of that. Give that a good stir up. So it's all mixed nicely together. You can start to smell it. Smelling sharp, smelling fruity, really nice. So this, my friends, is the secret ingredient. Celery salt. Now what I want you to do now, before you put this salt in, is just get a clean fork. Get a clean fork and just have a taste of that. Good. Doesn't need any more vinegar in. It's sharp enough. You can taste the vinegar, taste mayonnaise, taste the veg. What we're going to do now is add a bit of celery salt. Not too much. About a quarter of a teaspoon. If that, and give that a good stir. And now we're going to have another taste. So another clean fork out and have a taste now we've added the celery salt. Seems to just lift it. It takes it from being an ordinary coleslaw to what I honestly think is an amazing coleslaw. And that's it. Easy as that. Done. I'm going to cover this in cling film now. Put it in the fridge. The flavours will melt together over the next couple of hours. And that'll be great to serve with the food I've got going on, which is a smoked brisket outside in the smoker. And I'm also serving this with a mac and cheese as well. So this is going to cut through all of that really nicely. A bit of sweet and tangy sort of with the cheese and with the meat. Perfect. Thank you. And the coleslaw is now ready to serve out. So you see this, we made this bit earlier on. It's been melding together in the fridge for a couple of hours. So all those flavours should have settled in. I'm just going to put a nice dollop into each of the plates. And yeah, bon appetit.